You can't get this feeling anywhere else.
Yeah. You're drawn, you're compelled to come here. It's the people, it's the way of life. Mm-hmm. It's something special. Mm-hmm. It's something that you can't touch, feel, or it's just something you know. Mm-hmm. When you walk back into the woods, it's like a fairyland of just peace and calm. Mm-hmm. Sitting by the pond is probably one of my favorite experiences due to being a child and fishing with my father. As an adult, going through some traumatic situations, whenever I'd get upset, I could just visualize that pond, mm-hmm. and it would sort of take me away from any kind of anxiety. Mm-hmm. I knew there was peace there, and there is peace here at this mm-hmm. place for me.
You see that ground right there? That ground is the most beautiful land in the world right there.
I doubt with a gun pointed to my head anybody get me to move.
Some of the best farmers in the state are in this county, right. And they ran a lot of the cropland in the county also.
We operate 2,900 acres of cropland. We grow corn, wheat, soybeans.
We do dairy and corn, small grain, soybeans, mm-hmm. wheat and barley.
It's 100% vegetables, and it's been that way ever since.
That's where you are.
We grow strawberries, tomatoes, cantaloupes, cucumbers, squash.
And the cows.
We are a family farm. Our farm consists of dairy, a herd of Holsteins, approximately 90 cows in the milking herd. We're working approximately 2,100 acres of cropland.
Well, we raise dairy replacement heifers for another dairyman that lives just several miles away.
We've got about 110 head dairy cow herd plus young stock. Then we grow 12 acres of fresh market tomatoes, and also some corn, soybeans, hay crops for the cows.
320 acres of tomatoes and 25 acres of strawberries on black plastic, and 50 acres of pumpkins, and we've got 10 acres of cantaloupe, and we have 10 acres of sweet corn, and I've got my tree nursery, poinsettias, and the petting zoo. Mm-hmm.
That's why people choose farming in a lot of cases. Mm-hmm. You just have to enjoy it, enjoy watching things grow, and the risks come with it, but it's a lifestyle.
Well, I think what keeps people in farming is the challenge. Something new to do every day. Seldom ever do you spend the whole day doing one thing. Mm-hmm. Seldom ever you do the same thing 2 days in a row. Mm-hmm. And certainly don't stay on the same job for a week.
We could have done about anything probably when I got out of school. I knew I could have made more money and did farming, but it wouldn't have been as nice.
So you don't regret it?
No, I don't. I'd do it all over again.
As far as what we're doing here, I just like the freedom. We don't have the freedom to do exactly what we want to do every day. I mean, we've got stuff here we got to get done, but we kind of can decide for ourselves what we need to do and when we need to do it and that kind of thing. I work more hours than I did when I was working in that plant. I like being outdoors. So I guess it's just the freedom of working for yourself basically rather than working in a corporate environment or industrial environment where you've got the chain of command, that kind of thing.
A big part of farming is the independence. At some point, I think that the farmers could get their heads together. The independence of farmers is one reason farmers work so cheaply. They won't get together.
Owned a cattle trailer out just today. One of our customers bought 6 cows, dairy cows from the mountains, and needed a trailer to haul them in, so we let him borrow our trailer.
There's just real community effort still there in the farming.
Exactly.
The bartering
They'll help
system is just amazing.
Yeah.
I've got so many. My wife like, God, how you doing? How you doing it? I says, well, heck, I owe him. That's what he did for me, and you know, nobody even knows that he did that for me, but I know it. So I feel like I want to stay ahead of him because I know if I need him, he'll come help me.
It's just a wonderful neighborly farming community kind of thing. And when the tornado came through here, I mean, Steve Campbell and others were here immediately and offered assistance with their equipment and stuff. You know, it's just been wonderful that everybody helps each other.
Yeah, it's the evolution of the farmer, based off of his surroundings, because we all evolve based on our surroundings, and we have to change or adapt or get left behind. And I'm not going to get left behind.
That's all made on economic decisions. Customer demand that's economical feasible when that's what your customer wants.
Right.
They want more cherry tomatoes. I raise more cherry tomatoes, knowing that I can make money on them. If they want them. We're in the H2A program now. It's an association that gets farm workers for you. And it's the North Carolina Growers Association, and they actually bring in, I think, 15,000 workers to North Carolina. And it's just organized and set up in a real good system.
Bueno, de antemano venimos de México. Nuestro trabajo, valoramos eso a lo que venimos, que es a trabajar. Y pues no nos sentimos inferiores a las, por decir así, a la demás gente.
We started working on the stables, and we built 15 to begin with, and what had been the poultry house. And so that's how we came to be Hillside View Stables.
The Lazy Five Ranch, it's a drive-through animal park, as well as our main business is we supply animals to parks and zoos and put together private collections for people that contain exotic animals as well as rare domestic animals. No other livestock that I know of can you pay $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 an acre and pay the interest. It doesn't figure. We've been able to do it with a combination of trading the animals and producing animals, as well as now using it for the public. And it's spawned off. In other words, our traffic has spawned off. There's other places in the immediate area now that are using some of the traffic, also in agritourism. So.
I just like to do anything that concerns the land. I help my husband haul hay. We do all of our own hay hauling. We gathered the corn. When we had the fields of corn, we'd gather the corn together with the kids. We'd gather the eggs. Just being out with the animals, just the dogs. Sometimes we'd just walk in the woods.
No, aquí está muy bonito. Sí. Ya este tiempito que viene, que todo reverdece, árboles. Y nosotros trabajamos aquí en el labor del tomate. Viera qué bonito se ve cuando esos cuadros llenitos de la planta, pues, que los señores siembran. Bien bonito.
And then being outdoors, I've always liked being outside. I wouldn't want to be in an inside setting all the time. Older I get, the least I think that. And then the satisfaction of seeing fruits of your labor, what you do, if everything goes right, you can see the profits of it and the satisfaction of having done something that, you put all your effort into it. And of course, we don't have the ultimate say, the weather is the biggest thing we have to work with.
You cannot be a farmer and not have faith.
You got to have that. That's basically what we work off of. It's faith that what you put out there is going to grow, and the weather's going to cooperate, and you're going to have a result in the end.
But I know that the Scotch Irish have always valued their land. And I think that if you are religious and you realize that God created all this, you have respect for it and you try to treat it with respect.
I think that religion and farming goes hand in hand. You think about God and nature, His creation, you see what He's doing, still doing. Creation's still working, every day you see it happening. When a calf's born, man can't make that happen. when a crop's planted, you plant a little old seed in the ground, it looks one way, and when it comes up, it's completely different.
Mhm. Yeah.
Man can't do that.
Land is one of their biggest assets, because if it'll grow corn, it'll grow condos. Right? You can plant either one of them. We are holders of the land, and there are a lot of people that wish they had it.
As farms come up for sale at the right price, developers buy them. It really doesn't matter where they're at, as long as they're, say, south of 801 or south of 70. If the land's for sale and it perks at a certain level, then they will build houses. It may be small houses, it may be big houses. There's really no rhyme or reason about what road it's on.
I do worry in the next 20 to 30 years what it'll be like. We all already see the urbanization. A lot of folks want to be out here. We can't compete and buy a farm as it comes up because of the higher land prices that are coming with urbanization.
We own about 15 to 20% of the land that we operate. So landlords are tremendously important to us. Some are retired farmers. Many are just maybe one or two generations removed from the grandfather or father who farmed. And so almost all of them have a special affinity for the land. Very few of them want to sell their land to a developer or to someone with ideas other than farming. But some feel like they have to, and some feel like they've got value there that they're not utilizing, and they just feel like they have to, and that's unfortunate when that happens. But more often than not, it happens when the land changes hand because of death, and the kids do not have the same affinity to the land that the parent had.
I think the farms that are in danger are the farms that these farmers are leasing. Mm-hmm. John Graham's, Johnny Moore, Darrell are probably they probably rent 1,000 or 2,000 acres from landowners who own 50 or 100 or so acres, and they're not farming it. They're just leasing it out. When those landowners are gone and their kids get it, that land's more likely gone. And I feel like the farmers could use all the help they can get. It's those people. Maybe they're the ones that need targeting first, because I think that's the land that's at the highest risk. Traffic's another thing that people don't talk about much, but when traffic gets bad and you're taking farm equipment on the highways, it's very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Several farmers have been killed in Rowan County.
In my opinion, Charlotte is growing out here like a cancer. Farmland does not put a burden on the tax structure that developed land does. A residential development is a big drain on the tax. Their taxes did not cover the services that you have to provide farmland.
Folks generally living in the city have an appreciation for rural life. They ride out and they see it and they like it. And they say, I think I'll move out there. And then pretty soon everybody moves out and it's not rural anymore. So what they have to understand is that it is an integral part of the entire community, and it has a form and a function, whether it be farmland, parkland, public land, or anything like that, and it must be preserved for the future. Otherwise, we're going to be living in nothing but subdivisions, and then everybody will wonder, well, what happened to that rural country area I used to enjoy visiting?
Exactly.
This is a time to speak up and tell everybody what you want to see happen, what you don't want to see happen.
Just like to see it stay like it is.
Yeah, it's me.
And with the people growing crops and vegetables.
We want the protection. Us people, we that love our land, we don't care how much it's worth because none of us want to sell it. We're locked up here.
From the standpoint of what I do, which is land use and zoning, there's been a lot of strong support in the western part of the county when nobody else would support. The farmers in western Rowan County were some of the agents that first spoke of wanting zoning in the county to try to protect those open areas. They recognized that it could be a true agent to help preserve the rural lifestyle.
We can't really preserve farmland without preserving the farmer. I'm for preserving the farmer. If we can preserve the farmer where he can make a living and support his family, that's pretty equal to what you can make in the municipality, then that's one way. But that's going to never happen without a lot of financial support directly towards subsidizing the farmer. Now, some countries have that, but I think that with the farmland trust development rights, that has some potential if we just figure out how to fund that.
I think farmers hate to sell their land. It becomes a part of them. Unfortunately, a lot of times it comes to a situation where they have to sell it or something, you know. If the money could be appropriated, I think here in Rowan County there would be a lot of land made available to be preserved.
You know, we have a chance in Rowan County to become sort of like a model county for a lot of other counties, in that we have a unique perspective in that we're urban, but yet we have a tremendous agricultural heritage and background. And I guess in my perspective is we're going to lose that obviously rapidly if we don't have some type of farmland preservation. In England, farmland is revered not only as farming, as a source of income, but it's also as a part of their culture, and also as agritourism. If we can go ahead and get some, you know, laws in place, and maybe some incentive for farmland preservation good enough so where we can actually make it beneficial for the landowner and for the environment and community. I think if we have strong land preservation and strong pride in our community and land, then we have a better society.
It's the backbone of the community, the land is, and it's, if we don't preserve some of the green, future generations won't have any to look at.